After 1.3 million of us signed a petition calling for Paula Vennells to be stripped of her CBE, that's the former CEO of the Post Office, well, she's now said that she will indeed hand it back. And I hope that that CBE is taken straight from the lapel of Paula Vennells and planted right upon the person of postmaster hero Alan Bates, who has been behind much of the activism and awareness that's exposed the Post Office. Charity, that's one reason she got the CBE. Charity's supposed to be about lending a hand. This is a one-time Anglican priest, yet Vennells seemed to have missed the memo that those poor souls got tangled up in catastrophic web woven by the shoddy Fujitsu accounting machines that the post office supplied to their post offices. So I cannot for the life of me understand why this couldn't be viewed as anything other than the biggest stitch-up since the Bayeux Tapestry. And you would know that in Paula Vennells' position. In all those board meetings, we've got minutes after minutes of these things exposing just that. And I tell you what, if that had been the benchmark for national honours, well, we are all playing the fool at this point. It makes a mockery of our honour system. And speaking of Fujitsu, how can it be right they're going to speak to the Parliamentary Select Committee next week? And I don't understand how it can be right that they continue to win more than 150 government contracts since that scandal has started to take place. The Japanese company is still one of the government's strategic suppliers, which typically means that it receives over £100 million of your money in contracts per year. That's according to procurement analysts, the tussle they're called. But they have made billions in the past decade. I'm reminded, of my early 20s, which were consumed by a David and Goliath fight with the Electoral Commission, another part of the state, over my Brexit campaigning. Now, I was the villain in their story, these Remain elites who had lots of money and lots of legal expertise, but justice prevailed. I won, thanks to the support of no doubt people like yourself that watch this channel. Unlike the Post Office Horizon postmasters, caught in that Horizon scandal, I had a platform to shout from, right? Their isolation was met with deaf ears, until an ITV drama threw them a lifeline, which I find depressing in and of itself. Why has it taken an ITV drama, watched by millions, to actually bring about the political weight to call for Paula Vennells to be stripped of her CBE and to actually start to analyse contracts handed to big corporates like Fujitsu? Imagine being gaslit with the line, "No one else is having this problem," as you stare into an abyss of despair, watching your debt rack up and up. It wasn't just a scandal. This was a horror show with real-life consequences. You saw suicides, you saw bankruptcies, you saw a pregnant mother in prison. It's a storyline so grim that even Charles Dickens would shudder over his page. Let's not forget, right, the political puppeteers behind the fiasco as well. Sir Ed Davey is now leader of the Liberal Democrats. He was knighted and once the Post Office Minister. Now he claims he can fix a broken system. The irony is so thick that you could cut it with a knife, folks. Joe Hamilton and Seema Misra, victims of this tragedy, they've called him out, right? They've said more than 700 wrongful convictions by the Post Office, and what did Sir Ed do? Well, he sat on his arse, it seems. He said he won't be handing back his knighthood, and the Post Office lied to him, nothing more to see here. And then there's Sir Keir Starmer, under whose watch as Director of Public Prosecutions, the Crown Prosecution Service, of which he was the top chief, helped send a pregnant woman to jail for these dodgy Horizon-related offences. So questions naturally linger like a bad odour. Why no intervention when hundreds were being prosecuted? Where was the oversight by both of these politicians? Why did no one think that maybe, just maybe, folks, Britain isn't suddenly awash with criminal postmasters who are risking their livelihoods and reputations to pocket a few bob, many of them going bankrupt themselves? These knights of the realm owe more than just answers. They owe heartfelt apologies. But let's end on a brighter note. Alan Bates, our hero in this gloomy tale who I've already mentioned, he fancied a holiday, he said to the Sunday Times, courtesy of Richard Branson. And guess what? Well, Branson's Virgin, they've waved a magic wand, offering Bates and his partner a dream getaway. Just picture them, basking in the Caribbean sun on Necker Island, which is Richard Branson's private island. If that, alongside the removal of Paula Vennells' CBE, doesn't warm your heart on a chilly day like today, well, I tell you, not much will. Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.